The first step to getting rid of razor bumps, ingrown hairs after shaving bumps or razor cuts is to get rid of the razor itself. So let's make this DIY sugar wax that's going to enable you wax yourself at home without fear of ingrown hairs or anything, and you need just 3 ingredients. The first one you're going to be needing is granulated white sugar. You can also use the brown sugar. Now the second ingredient you're going to be needing is your lemon, your fresh lemon. Okay, the purpose of this lemon is to soften your sugar and also to preserve your wax because of its acidic content. Then you need your water. Of course, you need a clean water. So measure out 1 cup of sugar, and then to it also measure out a 1/4 cup of your lemon juice, your freshly squeezed lemon juice. You can use a store-bought one, whichever one you have. So measure out a 1/4 cup of your lemon juice. After that, you also have to measure out a 1/4 cup of your water. Now note that with each one you increase or decrease, you also have to increase or decrease the other. So let's say you're using a 1/2 cup of sugar, you have to use a 1/8 cup of your lemon and your water. Okay, so stir it properly till everything dissolves properly, and then proceed to heating it. You're going to have to heat this on low heat because you do not want to burn or overheat your wax. Overheating is actually going to make it harder than it is supposed to come out. So keep stirring occasionally till you get to a golden brown color. So one way to know if your sugar wax is ready is to test it using cold water. So what are you going to do? Pour in a little bit of your sugar wax into a plate of cold water, and once it becomes thick enough for your fingers to grab and also feel sticky, then you know your sugar wax is ready. As you can see now, mine is still very runny and light and not even sticky at all, so it is not ready. I am going to keep heating it for a little more time. At this point, the color has gone even deeper, so repeating the same water process that I did earlier, and now it is now very much easier for me to hold it up, and it even feels sticky. So now I am going to set it down from the fire because if I heat it even further, it is going to become too hard for me to use. So at this point, you want to turn off your heat and then set down your sugar wax. So this is the color my sugar wax is. I want you to know that the darker the color, the harder your wax is going to be, and the lighter the color, the softer your wax is going to be. So you have to learn to strike a balance. You shouldn't be too hard and you shouldn't be too light. So moving on, I am going to transfer it into my storage container while it is still hot, because once it gets cold, it is going to solidify and it's going to be hard to transfer. So while it's still hot, you should transfer it into the container of your choice. Make sure you get every bit of it, and then for your pot or whatever you use, proceed to adding water immediately just so it can be easier for you to wash off. Now this is what my wax is looking like. It's still very much hot, still not solidified. So if you want it to solidify faster, go ahead and add it into a plate or bowl of water. It's going to get cool faster and then solidify. Now the purpose of this mixing that I did here is to reduce the air bubbles and also get it to thicken faster. So moving on to how I use this was what my underarms were looking like at this point. I am going to be using this just on my underarms. So this was what my underarms looked like at this point, and this was what my wax was looking like, fully solidified, fully cool. Okay, you do not want to use this while it is still hot to avoid burning yourself. You really do not want to burn yourself. So the first thing I did was to apply powder on my underarms. This is going to help mattify the oil or sweat that might be under my arms. So this is the consistency of my wax. If yours by any chance came out a bit harder or thicker, do not worry, just go ahead and put it back on fire. Add a little bit of water to dissolve, and then you can go ahead and use it. Now it's time for you to apply this. Note that you have to apply at the direction of your hair growth. Whatever direction your hair grows at, that is how you're going to apply it. If your hair grows downwards, apply it downwards. If your hair grows, sideways, or whichever direction your hair grows, just follow the same direction while you are applying. Okay, so once you're done applying it, get a very soft cloth. Okay, get a very soft cloth. You can also do it with your hand. You can also do it, with the spatula you used in applying. Now pull opposite the direction of your hair growth. Whatever direction your hair is growing from, pull from the opposite direction. So if your hair is growing downwards, you have to pull upwards. For a first timer, it is okay not to get all the hairs as you go. So it is very much okay to go over it as many times as you want till you're satisfied with the result you have. Now this was what my underarm was looking like at this point. Now another thing you have to note that this procedure can be very painful. Like the pain level can be 8 to 9 out of 10, if not 10 even. Okay, now another thing you also have to note is that as a first timer, it is okay to see little droplets of blood on your strip clothes or whatever it is you're using. So it is very much okay. Boy, the pain, the torment, the torture, it was too much. And for a first timer like me, I was not expecting that kind of excruciating pain. But will I do it again? Yes. Do I love the whole thing? I actually do love it. I love the way it made my underarm feel very soft, and it's going to also make the hair harder to grow. And now there is no worries of ingrown hairs or razor cuts or razor bumps. So will I be trying this again regardless of the pain? I will. So once I was done waxing, I went over it with cold water just to soothe the area, and after that I applied my baby oil. You can apply any ointment of your choice, even aloe vera gel, your Vaseline, your oils. So I specifically made use of my baby oil, and that was it. Applied it to the places that I waxed, and that was all that I needed. And at the end of the day, my underarms were looking really clean and soft. And again, it's also going to take time for the hairs to grow back. Tell me you don't like what you're saying, because I really do love it. And will I be trying it again? Of course I will. Now to store your wax, all you need is to cover and store in a cool place. Whenever you need to use it again, bring it out and warm it, and it will be perfect. So I hope you found this video really helpful. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to me if you've not subscribed already. My name is Oluchi Caroline, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.